Now listen, you are writing something amazing, but rare is the passion that is for your eyes only, and even rarer is the book that can be the absolute best it can be without other eyes on it, even if either of those ideas terrify the pants off you. Now today we are continuing our sneak peeks into Dabble's biggest update ever, Dabble 3.0 launching on July 13th, just a couple days away. And our focus today is on some new fantastic sharing capabilities within Dabble. And not just sharing, but ways to improve your story and make it the best it can be. But before we dive into it, make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss the last few updates before launch, and let me know what your favorite new feature is so far. Now, let's talk about how exporting Dabble projects to Google Docs or Microsoft Word is a thing of the past, because today I want to introduce you to new ways that you can share that great work of yours and get feedback on it. Now, as we were developing Dabble 3.0, we heard sharing is caring and we took it to heart. And with the new update, you can share your work from Dabble with literally anyone you want, even if they aren't a dabbler, all within the Dabble ecosystem. Yes, that's right. They don't even have to be a paying Dabble subscriber in order for you to share your work with them. So if you click that share button up in the top right corner of your project screen, you're going to open up the share menu. This is where you can manage contributors and readers to your work. Here you'll be able to invite people via email, and you'll be able to add an optional message to them to let them know, hey, what the heck am I getting you into? You can also choose what level of access they get, and it comes in a few forms. Co-author gives them edit capabilities with full access to all features, and it's the only role that requires them to be a dabbler as well. Editor lets them view the project, use track changes, and leave comments. Reviewer lets them view the project and leave comments, and a reader gives them a read-only view of the project. All of these invite levels give them full access to the stuff in your project with varying degrees of features. And like I mentioned, only co-author collaborators have to be Dabble subscribers and have the co-author feature available to themselves. And what that means is that you can invite anyone, friends, family, critique partners, writing groups, into your Dabble project so you can show off some particularly powerful chapters, some great character development, or ask them for feedback to leave comments or track changes. And I know I keep mentioning track changes, but you're gonna have to come back tomorrow to learn all about this brand new feature and what it means for you. The person who gets the invite just has to make a free Dabble account, and then they will get a dashboard just like yours that shows them all the projects they've been invited to. Finally, in the share menu, you can manage the permissions that you have already given out to people. So if you don't want anyone reading your stuff anymore, give them the boot. But here's where the really cool stuff comes in. Now, yesterday I told you that there is a brand new type of versioning coming to Dabble in addition to the version history that we revealed. And if you haven't seen that video yet, you gotta check it out after this one because it is huge. But this is a feature I am particularly excited for as both an author and an editor, and that is the new review copies feature. Review copies are separate copies of your work that you share specifically to get feedback from other people, dabblers and non-dabblers alike. Now listen, my job is to help people write their best books, right? Beyond doing these fun feature videos, beyond getting you excited for 3.0, my job on the Dabble team is to help people write the best that they possibly can. And one of the things that I say again and again to my Academy members is that you cannot write your best book on your own. It is impossible to do it. You don't know your own shortcomings. You don't know where you're repeating words. You don't know what you're rocking and where there's room for growth. You need outside eyes for that. When Dabble 3.0 launches, we are going to have 3 different types of review copies available for you to use. Invite friends, invite beta readers, and invite editors. We're going to talk about those first 2 today, but editors are a huge part of your author journey, especially if you're thinking about indie publishing. So you'll have to swing by tomorrow when we chat about that one. Now, when you create a review copy, you can name it or have a name randomly generated for you. You choose the scope of what you're sharing, and that includes entire books or chapter by chapter or scene by scene. The control is up to you. You don't need to share your entire project. And then you go ahead and enter the emails of the people who you want to invite to this review copy and include an optional message if you'd like. I personally like this for beta readers specifically, but we'll get there in a moment. No matter what kind of review copy you make, Dabble generates that separate copy and sends its own instance to the people you invite. So they can go ahead and read and leave comments in there without it affecting your main copy, the one that you've been working so hard on. But that's not all, okay? Let's break these down by the different types. Inviting friends to a review copy is meant for groups like writing groups or critique groups. You send off these review copies to the people you want invited, and they get their own version, and they can add comments wherever they want. Now, the cool thing about inviting friends is that this becomes a collaborative discussion. So everyone that you invite to that review copy can see the comments that others are leaving and can respond with comments of their own. This one's all about getting feedback from your trusted group of writer friends. And then inviting beta readers is, well, just as it sounds. When you reach this stage in your revisions, when you're ready to send it off to beta readers, you can use review copies to do that. There is a small yet very important differentiator between beta reader review copies and friend review copies. In friend review copies, like I said, they can communicate with one another. They can see each other's comments and have that discussion. With beta readers, we don't want that. We want the unique perspective of each beta reader and not have that perspective skewed by the comments left by someone who read faster than them. Once a beta reader is done reading your magnum opus, your masterpiece, they can mark as complete. Then when you're ready, you can close out that review copy and merge all of those beta reader comments from every single beta reader into your main copy. I cannot express enough joy in this statement. Gone are the days when you are sifting through 5 to 10 different beta reader manuscripts saved in 5 to 10 different files looking for commonalities or important comments. Once you merge the comments from a beta reader copy, they all become available in your project. And so you just scroll through your manuscript and you will see all of the comments there from all of your beta readers. This is huge. This is game changing for authors out there. You will be in an environment that is comfortable and familiar to you in your Dabble project. And you will go through these very important comments, and where there are commonalities, where a bunch of beta readers say the same thing in the same space, or when they say conflicting things, you get to see that and you get to make the decision based on all that information, not scrambling between documents to try to figure it out. I hope you can tell how revved up I am about this. It just so happens that I'm making this video for you as I'm getting ready to send my own manuscript out to beta readers, and then I won't be suffering afterwards as I try to manage all of those comments. It's gonna be so good, but it gets even better with editors, and you'll have to swing back tomorrow to learn more about that. For now, these are just more of the great new and improved features coming with Dabble 3.0, with our biggest update ever. Before now, Dabble has always been about helping you go from idea to a great first draft. But now you don't even need to export your work and deal with other less powerful writing tools out there. Now you can go from idea to first draft to final draft, all within your writing space, a place where you are familiar, a place where you're comfortable, a place where, with all the new features coming to 3.0, you've customized to make yours. All of this to help you make your book the best that it can be, to make your story the best that it can be. Tomorrow is our final day of reveals before Dabble 3.0 launches on July 13th, and it will be nothing short of revolutionary. I'm not even exaggerating. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. And if you're not a dabbler yet and you're feeling all this excitement, you're feeling all this hype, you can go ahead, you can start your free trial so that when 3.0 launches on Monday, you are first at the door to try it out. 2 days. 2 days till 3.0 is here. It's time to get excited.